The Walking Dead is back with a new time setting, cast of characters and scenario for our survivors. With episode 7 we see the continuation of this arc, and throughout this video I'll be discussing episode 7 Stradivarius in full detail. There will of course be heavy spoilers, so if you haven't seen the show yet then I highly recommend that you come back to this video after watching it. With that out the way, I'm Deffinition and welcome to the channel where I ruin it so you don't have to. Last week we saw the continuation of the 6-year time jump that the show introduced after the finish of Andrew Lincoln's contract. Yay, he can finally go be with his real family. Anyway, we were introduced to a new cast of characters, we saw Legolas reunite with Aragorn and a sneak peek of the Whisperers. Episode 7 continues with this, with Carol trying to convince Daryl that her son needs protection, and with him being Rambo now that he's the best guy for the job. Daryl is currently not living his #best life and resides in the forest with a dog named Dog. Daryl believes that the boy can figure things out on his own and doesn't seem helpful towards the two. Magna and a group are making the perilous journey to Hilltop, with Michonne finally seeming to open up and trust them. They go back to their former camp and discover that walkers have destroyed it, and Michonne decides that the perilous journey may not be in her best interests. She eventually does come round and even gives the group back their weapons, which highlights that maybe she's realising they may not be that bad. At Hilltop we see our first view of the location since the time jump, and the place has become like a paradise. We finally learn of Maggie's fate, and it appears that she's left to stay with Georgie, leaving Jesus as the leader. Jesus has been secretly meeting Aaron for martial arts training, and the two discover Rosita, who is alone in the wilderness after barely surviving the herd that we saw in last week's episode. To me, they are playing pretty closely to the comics at the moment, and for those who don't know, and by the way, there are huge spoilers ahead, so turn off now if you haven't read the book or don't want to know about Rosita's fate, but Rosita's death is a big event in the Whisperers arc. When Alpha disguises herself as one of Rick's people and infiltrates the fairground in the book, she decapitates several and puts their heads on pikes, with Rosita being one of them. I really hope the character doesn't die though, because Gabriel was finally starting to get some after Jadis friend-zoned him. Daryl is later saved by Carol's son Henry, and we discover that the former's self-isolation is because he is looking for someone, presumably Rick's body. Daryl decides that he will protect Carol's son and ride to Hilltop, but this journey is short-lived when they get asked to look for Eugene. I think they will probably find Eugene either in a Whisperer enclave or surrounded by them, which is when we'll finally learn of the season's big new villains, but there is potential for a lot to happen here. So, what are your thoughts on the new direction that The Walking Dead is taking? Are you enjoying the new characters, and what would you like to see before the season's end? Comment below and let me know, and if you enjoyed this video then please like it and make sure you check out my breakdown of last week's episode, Who Are You Now? This is a channel for people who are never missing television, so if that's the kind of thing you like, you need to subscribe to Deffinition. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this, you've been the best, and I'll see you next week. Take care, peace.